All set. Thought Austin Peay did a good job really in the second half shooting the ball. I think like 73%, 27 points off turnovers. Did a good job speeding us up, pressuring. We had probably about 6 or 7 key unforced turnovers there in the second half. Thought Kenny was having a good game, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Thought he was really assertive and aggressive. It was good to see him have 2 back-to-back double-figure rebounding games. I thought Jerron played well in spurts, especially with his scoring and rebounding. And those 2 guys I thought played really well together. But I think for us is doing a better job consistently pressing the ball, containing the ball, and also doing a better job in the ball screen defense.
What was the play down 3?
Oh, that's a play we call where you run your guard off a screen on the backside and you bring them back around. It's called a chest action. Yeah.
They defended well. You guys executed.
They switched out. Cam caught the ball too far out because how the big guy was defending, but they switched out on him. But I thought Skyler was open coming around, but Cam was too far out to hit him. Yeah. But they just switched all the screens. Yeah.
Just seemed like an even introduction, but they weren't as hyped up as they usually are, for a game. We kind of talked about that this week, about not overlooking the team and kind of coming out to get better. What do you think they want to do?
I don't think they overlooked the team. So I thought we played aggressive in spurts. I just thought they played well. We didn't play as well as a team on both ends of the floor.
Did you not feel like they were, like you kind of laying low a little bit of the game, maybe flat a little bit?
I don't think they play well together more than anything in spurts of really passing and cutting and moving and sharing the basketball. Yeah.
What did you tell the guys in the locker room?
After the game, hopefully it's a wake-up call. I think we got to continue to do a better job of playing as a team on both ends of the floor and being able to share the ball on offense and being able to help each other on the defensive side of the ball more than anything. I thought it was a lot of individual play. Probably didn't look like as far as going off the dribble, that sort of thing, but I didn't think we shared the ball as well consistently.
73% shooting the second half. Through that frustration, what was the key to the individual defense, like you talked about?
Well, I just think it's taking pride in it and guarding your man and not consuming yourself on the offensive side of the ball. Because whether or not you're getting shots or making shots, your game and your gauge has to be on the defensive side of the ball more than anything. But when you're concerned about how many shots you got, if your shots aren't falling, and then you don't defend, it can be a long night.
Despite having some certain issues in other areas of the game, y'all are up about 12 to 17 minutes to go, and up by about 10 or so, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes to go. It seemed like things stopped working. The guys, was it switching back to that one-on-one offense stuff that they do, or just thought the game was pretty much over at that point?
Maybe they thought it was over, but more than anything, just taking care of the ball, not being careless with the ball. They pressured, they went to a zone somewhat, but I don't think that was an issue. Just a matter of us taking care of the ball. If you look at some of those passes, I mean, those are things I don't even see in practice.
Is the drop-off, as soon as they stop sharing the ball like that, we don't know as much as y'all do when we watch this stuff, but is it as drastic as it looks when they watch it, as soon as they stop sharing the ball?
Well, I think for us, we don't have the luxury of just going one-on-one consistent. We have to be able to pass, cut and move, penetrate, find the open guy. When the guy's open, pass the ball, good things happen. But what happens when you get those leads in some situations, then you feel like you hadn't had a couple shots, you want to shoot the ball, and it's not on the floor. What we're trying to do, that's when you have problems.
Kenny and Jerron had great numbers by halftime and didn't do much, second half. Was that an Austin Peay adjustment, or you guys not sharing?
Probably a little bit of both. I think for those guys, they didn't do as well on the defensive side of the ball in the second half, and then really been assertive on the blocks more than anything in the second half because they didn't crash the offensive glass. Because if you look at both those guys in the first half, they did a good job of getting offensive rebounds, and they didn't do it as well in the second half.
Coach, after a loss like this, is it quiet? Was it quiet in the locker room, or were some of the older guys like, look, we gotta step up?
Well, I give a team time after a loss. It's allow them to communicate amongst each other more than anything. And normally, win or lose, when I walk in the locker room, they kind of tone it down because I normally speak to them. But I mean, they'll get it right. But I mean, hopefully, it's a wake-up call from the standpoint we're not the caliber team, and we don't have the luxury to go out there and play one-on-one individual basketball. We have to be a team and as a unit on both ends of the floor.
You've been very patient with this group.
Was my message any different today, after the game or before?
Delivery?
After the game? You got to get better. You got to play as a unit more than anything, and I think that's the biggest key. Play with a level of mental and physical toughness, not with a lot of arrogance, because I think that's when you get in trouble. You have to respect all your opponents.
How much did the struggles at point guard affect the offense?
Oh, it affects it a lot, because that's how you run your offense. That's how you flow into everything you're trying to do. But for me, with our point guards, it's not necessarily how many shots they're making and missing. It's really running the team and executing what we're trying to do.
Could you talk about guys play with confidence? It looked in the second half, especially on offense. There wasn't a confident player out there that didn't want to take the shot. I mean, did you see that? And kind of go into the next
I did. When they started pressuring a little bit, instead of attacking and getting to the rim and finding the guys on the blocks, I thought the guys were more or less trying to buy time and just pass to the next guy and allow him to make a play, and I'll receive the shot, but I want you to make the play. Well, the thing we told them, and we never talk about any team's records. I mean, obviously players see that because we approach them all the same. They're good teams. We go over personnel. These guys can play. We let them know the big guy was coming back. But that's a question you have to ask those guys. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say surprise because we practice like that. We pressure consistently. But obviously when the game comes on, it's a little different.
How come the fighting on something like this be a team that handles well? Y'all have been clawing, and today looked like the first time there was maybe some disinterest, if that's fair or not.
Yeah. Well, they got to continue to fight because as a player and as a competitor, that's what you do. You bounce back. You rally your troops, so to speak. You get guys together as a unit, and you find ways to win the game. Because, like I said, once again, we don't have the personnel and the luxury to just go out there and one-on-one and win ball games. We have to be together and clicking on all cylinders.
What are your thoughts on just the shooting today? I mean, there were some good looks, just kind of running out a lot of things the boards, or just it wasn't a day for you guys.
I mean, you have to give credit to the defense, but when you have good looks and they don't fall, that's fine. So there have been games when they're not falling, but I think tonight was probably making the extra pass more than anything. Then you get a better look.
Putting some new motion stuff, how did that go? I think I saw a lot of that in the first half. Spacing was a little different.
The biggest key is the spacing of it. To have your space, and you need motion, especially when teams pressure and get out in the passing lanes. You need your motion for cuts. So that's what we got to continue to get better at with the motion, cuts, and movement. Thank you.